When was the last time you looked into your own eyes in the mirror, and meant it, when you said, "I am exactly who I set out to become"? You can't, can you? Because what you are today is a well-dressed corporate slave. Successful, yes. Expensive phone in your pocket, luxury watch on your wrist. But that boy, the one who once lay awake at night dreaming of changing the world, where did he go? When did you stop being him, and start becoming this? You think you built yourself? Alone? By your own merit? Wrong. When your spine was broken, when you had nothing, someone bled for you. Someone used everything they had to teach you how to stand upright again. And you forgot them. You erased them from the story of your success. You rewrote history, cast yourself as the sole hero, and buried the one person who made the whole story possible. That ingratitude? It isn't just a moral failure. It is eating you alive quietly from the inside, and you feel it every night, don't you? You are successful. But you are alone. Completely, devastatingly alone. New York's winter is merciless tonight. Your office sits on the 45th floor, surrounded by glass walls on every side. Snow is falling outside, soft and indifferent. You stare at your laptop, but the words have gone blurry. Below, the people on the street look like tiny ants, small, purposeless, insignificant. And then it hits you, you were one of them, once. Endless work, impossible targets, brutal deadlines. You ran this rat race so hard, for so long, that somewhere along the way, you forgot what your own laughter sounded like. You forgot the exact pitch of your voice when something genuinely delighted you. Everyone in this building knows you by your title. No one in this building knows you by your heart. Then, almost by accident, your hand finds a postcard tucked in the back corner of the drawer. 10 years old. Yellowed at the edges, ink slightly faded. Your old schoolteacher's handwriting. This man believed in you when your own parents were afraid to. When everyone around you saw a dead end, he saw a road. He sent you to the city to study, using the last of what he had. Not as charity. Not as pity. He was something rarer than a benefactor. He was a man who could see life inside a stone. And you? You grew. You rose. You climbed so high that his small house, his worn-out clothes, his simple world, none of it fit the image you were building for yourself. You stopped calling. You told yourself you were busy, that you'd reach out later, that there would always be more time. There wasn't. He died. And you didn't go, because you had an important meeting. Tonight, his ghost sits in this gleaming office, and no amount of Italian furniture can fill the space he left behind. Can it? Look at yourself. Honestly, look. That sharpness in your eyes? He gave you that. That set jaw, that refusal to back down. That confidence was his before it was ever yours. You are not the sun, you are a mirror, and all that light the world sees in you is a reflection of what he poured into you. You have been living a borrowed life, and calling it your own. You never thanked him, not because you forgot, but because you were afraid. Afraid that gratitude would make you look small. Afraid that acknowledging his role would somehow diminish yours. So you quietly erased him, and told yourself the lie until it felt like truth. What a breathtaking act of self-deception. Hear me now, no matter how fast you run, you cannot outpace your own shadow. Gratitude is not weakness. Gratitude is not an admission of inferiority. Gratitude is the act of honoring your own roots, the deepest, most necessary form of self-respect. The man who gave the best years of his life to build you deserved more than to become a faded postcard in a forgotten drawer. There is still time. Not for him, but for the version of you that hasn't completely hardened yet. Take off the mask. Step out of the performance. If you want to find yourself again, the real self, not the title, not the salary, not the LinkedIn profile, then begin here. Admit that you did not do this alone. Admit that you are in debt, not financially, but spiritually. Say the names of the people who carried you before you could walk. Say them out loud, without shame, without the fear that it makes you lesser. Because the day you sever yourself from your source, your collapse becomes inevitable. Not possible. Inevitable. Slowly, you reach for your pen, the expensive one, the one that sits in its holder like a trophy. But tonight you didn't open the checkbook. You took a blank sheet of paper instead. He is gone. You know that. But his family remains. And somewhere out there, another unrecognized talent sits in the dark, waiting for someone to look at them the way he once looked at you. Tonight, for the first time in years, you put your ego down. You decided, you will not sit alone on this throne. You will not pretend the ladder built itself. You turned off the laptop. You switched off the lights. And in that quiet, darkened office, you were no longer alone, because his shadow stood beside you, patient, faithful, exactly as you remembered. The world will not remember you for your bank balance. The world will remember you for whose life you changed, and whose life you refused to forget. But you cannot change anyone's life while you are still too proud to bow your head and acknowledge the debt that can never, in any currency, be fully repaid. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one question, and sit with the answer. The person who taught you how to speak, how to think, how to fight, do you have the decency, even now, to say, thank you? Or are you still that ungrateful child, grown tall but not grown up? The truth is bitter, isn't it? But bitter things, swallowed honestly, are the only ones that ever truly heal you.